And now, Alyssa, the time has come for everybody's favorite segment. I don't know if that's true. It's only our second episode. I feel like that was a
A
bold
bit of a
statement.
leap.
A bit of a leap, but I think it will quickly establish itself as everyone's favorite segment. It is our Boss Better Now Camaraderie Question of the Week. Bosses build camaraderie on teams by making it easier for people to find things in common with each other. Every week, we give you a question you can use at meetings to facilitate connection and build camaraderie. And this is a fun question, I think, because it helps people understand their teammates' sense of humor, what makes them laugh, what makes them smile. And so our Boss Better Camaraderie Question of the Week is this. What movie or TV show made you laugh the hardest? I feel like something popped immediately into your head based on the face that you just made.
So I suffer from recency, which means like whatever is happening of late is gonna just spew out of my head. But I got hooked. Well, I would say probably within the last like month and a half on, and again, I'll date myself here, but back in the day, there was this show called Ally McBeal. I don't know if you remember the Ally McBeal. Okay.
I remember Ally McBeal.
Callista Flockhart. It's just a great show. And so I've been, watching all the old reruns, and the show is timeless. As much as it like pains me to say that, it really is timeless. I mean, she has these little hallucinations of these dancing babies.
Oh, I remember. That was like the first viral thing, wasn't it?
The Chumbawamba song. It's hilarious. It is just a hilarious show. Funny out loud.
So when it comes to movies or TV shows, what are the kinds of things that tend to make you laugh in general? Is there a pattern? Is there a commonality that you've been able to identify? What's funny to Alyssa?
Oh gosh, I feel like I feel like I have a pretty much a juvenile sense of what's funny to me. Probably leaning more towards the disgusting, indecent level of humor.
A good potty joke, really? It's a winner for you?
Hey, I have a 6.5-year-old boy. There's not a day that goes by where I don't hear one of those jokes. So, I mean, it is what it is.
So my son is 8, and his favorite joke right now, he can't wait to tell it to anybody that he meets, is why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Oh, gosh. No, I don't know why, Joe.
Because the P is silent.
That's actually really funny.
Okay, hold on. There it is. All right, I gave the little there for our listeners.
I love it. Now, okay, you are, I know, like a huge buff whenever we're talking about movies or shows. So lay it on me. I got to hear what makes you crack up, Joe.
Okay. So in thinking about this question, the first answer that came to mind is the answer that I come back to over and over again. When I think about, in my memory, the moment when I recall laughing the hardest at something, it was in the movie theater the first time I saw the movie Anchorman.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Now, Anchorman is absurdist humor, right? They're not characters, they're caricatures, right? They're not real people. They're these absurd caricatures in these absurd circumstances. Like none of it is even remotely real, right? Yeah. If you haven't watched Anchorman, I can't explain it to you. But it's Will Ferrell and it's Christina Applegate, and I just remember laughing so hard that I was crying, which doesn't make sense because my favorite kind of humor is what I would call smart funny, right? Okay. The stuff that's a little bit biting and makes you go, oh my goodness, I never thought of it that way before. I in college, I listened to a lot of stand-up on recordings. My favorite comedian of all time is Chris Rock. I think he's a genius. I think his social commentary is incredibly powerful. I think he has made me laugh until I cried more times than I can remember. That's the kind of comedy that I really like. And so that's not what Anchorman is. Anchorman is ridiculous, right? Sex Panther cologne. 60% of the time it works every time. That's dumb, but it works so beautifully. It's one of the most quotable movies. I mean, I had to look it up. But how old is it now? Gosh, I saw that when I was working in student affairs at Ohio University in 2002, I think. So yeah, we're coming up on 18, 20 years.
Wow.
That movie has been out, and it's still getting quoted. And what's funny is that many of the movies that whole crew did together afterwards tried to follow the same formula, and it didn't work as well, right? I think Anchorman stands alone as being the movie that made me laugh the hardest.
You know what I love about this whole question is the story. I mean, you cannot ask this question to your team and not get a story to go along with the person's response. Like, they have to justify, they have to tell you why it's so freaking hilarious, right?
Yes.
So this is spot on, solid gold question. Use it at your next roundtable.
And you make a great point, because, too often, if you start a meeting and saying, hey, we're going to do a little fun thing to build some camaraderie. I have a question. Let's go around the room. We're going to go around the table. What movie or show made you laugh the hardest? People are going to say Anchorman. Or they're going to say Ally McBeal. Right? And you don't want the one-word answer. You want the story. So your point is so well taken, Alyssa. Maybe we modify the question to be, tell us the story of seeing the movie or show that made you laugh the hardest.
Ooh.
Because you don't want the one-word answer. You want them to tell you a story.
Yeah. I like it, Joe. I like it.
And that is our camaraderie question of the week.